everyone, it's Liam Carlson here with another episode of the Vampire Diaries, episode 16 of season 3. Yeah, so Alaric is not having a good time at the minute, especially with being and then getting shot by Meredith Fell, who I guess revealed herself really to be the killer, or the stabber, should I say, that was going around Mystic Falls, because Alaric didn't exactly die per se, but other people have suffered consequences as well. So it was really great stuff, especially with the focus on the whole plan to kill all the originals. That, of course, did not come to fruition, but it was still really great to see how things would play out and how I guess you could say, everyone got to live, really, because of the fact that, there was a few complications, especially with Elena being trapped with Rebecca. And of course, Elijah, having a bit of a conflict, really, because of the fact that he does, agree with certain words that his mother said. So, it was really great stuff last time. So, why don't we get into this episode of The Vampire Diaries? It is episode number 16 of season 3. Let's go. Hello! 1912!
Winter chill never hurt anyone, Sheriff Forbes.
Sheriff Forbes.
More for your safety. One councilman's murder doesn't make an epidemic, Jerry.
So this would have been like 100 years ago to their present day, I'm guessing. Wait a second. Is this the same shit that, is currently ongoing, 100 years later, but...
Any faster with you yelling at me, Carol.
What? Oh, shit. Hello? Why, Alaric? Hey, what?
Very long finger.
She is setting me up. I'm being framed here.
Well, that may be so, but I don't have any proof of that.
Well, then we'll find some.
No, just stay out of this, Damon. You getting involved is only going to make matters worse.
Oh, come on.
Don't make me put you in that cell with him.
Why not? They're BFFs.
Abby's gonna complete the transition.
She decided to become a vampire?
Yeah.
Rick's fine. Sheriff wants me to stay out of it.
But you're not going to. Are you?
It's Damon.
It's just as good a plan as any.
If you're in jail for murder, you have to do something.
Well, I guess I could rip out Dr. False Accusation's throat. Or maybe her tongue. I could chew it up in little tiny pieces and feed it to the squirrels.
Oh, wow, Damon, that's quite graphic.
Sounds like a good idea.
Dear Diary, a chipmunk asked me my name today. I told him it was Joe. That lie will haunt me forever.
What do you want?
Wow.
I was hoping we could hang. A little brother bonding. I know we don't actually hang out. We team up. We join forces.
I consider that hanging out.
Twin powers.
What are you doing?
Digging a clue.
Be careful, Mr. Salvatore. It's not a good time to be a founder in this town.
Nope. There are like these parallels to episode. You gotta remember.
The relatives again?
Zachariah, way back when. I think that was his name.
Long time, brother.
I've missed you, brother.
Oh, he can't say the same.
Sure. Why not?
There's that more so disappointment from Damon rather than
Say, brother.
be vindictive.
Putting blood cold turkey after a rip revenge kind of the best approach.
Every time you play that all or nothing game, you eventually leave a trail of bodies. So I'm thinking now's a good time to pay our old friend Moderation a visit.
They were all in the Founders Council, Damon.
I was there the night of the bridge fundraiser, okay? Until midnight. You saw me there.
Time of death was between 1 and 3 a.m.
Oh no. But it can't be like...
must have been home, sleeping. I'm sure.
There's some shit going on.
How's your true motives, Blondie Bex?
If you want more sex,
Oh,
just
wow.
ask for it.
Not enough liquor in the world.
Oh, come on. It was too good for you to be this hostile. You'll have to excuse my little brother.
Jesus Christ! Damn, go!
Any man can beat me.
Boom. Look at that, love at first sight, right?
Well, that's too bad.
She really did
I
have
knew a sage
the spark
once.
for him.
Trashy little thing.
You really think it was Sage who was killing all those founders?
You date vampires, Elena. It shouldn't come as a shock to learn that your guardian is a murderer.
She's shady as fuck. But there is some bullshit that is going on and I can't put my mind to it.
Skeletons in the closet. Just like a true founder.
Just like a true founder. They're so cliched. They should have stuck it in an open location. That'll really throw them off.
Used to be self-righteous.
Used.
Dear
Past
diary,
tense.
Damon has lost his way.
Oh my god.
Though I have pulled my own life together, he continues to waste his.
Ouch.
We should not be peeking through his diary.
He is not.
Quality of form is purely subjective.
A woman isn't just for food. She's for pleasure.
Oh
I do not need a
shit!
pleasure I'm spoken for.
We are all spoken for. In some way.
She's gonna be an influence to him.
They'll fight, but the game is in winning them over, making them beg for it.
What if they don't?
You're a vampire. Take it.
Jeez. Damn, she really had an impact, didn't she?
She was obsessed with my brother Finn over 900 years ago.
What? Creepy suicidal guy? You're doing it again.
You know what? I need to,
The like whole tapping, it's like annoying, like stop it! Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could read that in another way if you want, but it's best to keep it quiet. Damn it.
You always have. I'm just here to help you learn how to fight it.
This is rubbish.
It's a really, really fucked way of... Yeah.
Hey, you want to fight hunger? You want to fight me?
I got you.
That's a good girl.
What are you doing?
Oh, this looks good. Oh, look.
Elena.
Not a happy camper. Understandably.
Die. Like you would never die.
Like your parents did.
Damon just sort of snuck up on me.
Yep.
He got under my skin, and no matter what I do, I just...
Couldn't help but, like, feel connected.
Once you fall,
Yeah, I'm alright.
Well, he said it was authenticated, I guess. So. I'm keeping an eye on, you know, this whole shebang with Alaric.
We can, Stefan. We can.
Could be brothers again. Oh no.
Have a drink with me, brother.
Oh shit.
I knew you still had it in you.
Ah shit.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What did you do to me?
What did you do to me?
Oh Oh shit, it's complicated. He accidentally sent him on this.
Will you stop?
He
I
couldn't.
help you. Sure, I could have. I just didn't want to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because right now, you're all I got.
Oh, you can't say that there is no brotherly love from Damon's perspective, right? Come on!
Even if I suck at it?
Okay, well, how about we just agree to take care of each other then?
Deal.
Samantha Gilbert. That is very weird.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure I'd already killed her.
Aw,
I know what this looks like.
Yeah, well, I sure as hell don't. You shoot me, you have me thrown in jail, and then you have
What?
me freed?
As a protector from old age.
John and Gilbert only made 2 of those rings. Jeremy has one of them, and the other's...
Alarix.
Oh, shit.
Like the sheriff said.
I would know if I were killing people.
Would you? Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
What the
You're
fuck?
insane.
No, but I think you might be. You wear a ring that lets you cheat death, Rick.
Elena.
Oh, shit, what the fuck?
Rick, I think she's right.
Uh-huh, because Samantha did it, and it's... And there's a ring. Shit! There she is. Fuck! Holy shit! Now, at first I was worried. Yeah, at first I was worried that, like, wait, unless Meredith is somehow parading, but no. The ring. Shit. So, I mean, I it's funny because all this season I've been worried about Alaric's well-being in regards to, you know, the amount of times he's died and all of that. You go back to episode 4 when Damon snapped his neck, it took him a bit longer to get up, and I'm thinking unless, you know, the ring is running out of charges, like, you know, you've got a cat who has 9 lives and it's like that. Once you've used that, that's it. So, you know, with the ring, there had to be something up with it, I guess. But I was on a bit of a wrong track. It's fucking with, like it did with Samantha way back in 1912. It's fucking with Alaric. And he can't keep that ring because he's just gonna keep killing people. Yeah. Which, you know, explains, yeah, why he might be in the prison cell blacking out and all of that shit. It's like it's like something else is taking on a form of its own. Like, it's putting themselves, or itself, should I say, in the driving seat of the ring user. Like it did with Samantha, like it's doing with Alaric. Fuck. Shit! So... Oi. So at least I guess we know who's been doing this shit. Yeah, and at least we can, you know, clear Meredith from... Yeah. But still, the fact that that's the thing with Alaric, it's just, like, fucked. The fact that, you know, it's... But I did, you know, kind of anticipate you know, kind of linking, funnily enough, to 100 years back, surely. Like, if we're opening on, you know, someone is going around on a killing spree and all that shit, it is linking. And then here we are, like, it happened 100 years ago, and it happens right now. So, yeah. This is a kerfuffle, isn't it? Oh, man. So there must... So, like I said, there's obviously a... I do wonder if we get to see a, I guess, on-screen presence of the drive... Of course, Alaric having this kind of a side to him where he's going around killing people, etc. Like, not necessarily killing people, but in terms of the acting. Because we've seen, of course, a more darker side of Alaric before, aka when Klaus took possession of him. Of course, that was Klaus speaking through Alaric, but, you know, it's more so to the point of the actor, of course, showcasing a bit of a darker presence, isn't it? So, yeah. And that's why I'm wondering if we're going to see, like, a kind of a similar kind of an idea to what was happening around this time last season. So, yeah. And that's a very disturbing kind of connection. It was around this time last season where, you know, Alaric was kidnapped, got possessed by Klaus, and, yeah. So, now he's being possessed by something else entirely. That is not exactly positive news. So, yeah. Just, Alaric, go on a holiday this time next season, please, just for your own sake. But yeah. So it was all Alaric. And that's it, though. I mean, what's going to happen now? Because that, like I said, that ring cannot stay with him. Because he's just going to go around killing people. And it's like... But that's it though. I'm assuming it's only when he has the ring. As if, you know, it's like D&D. It's like a lich. That's all it's kind of like that, except considering how, you know, liches and death have that kind of connectivity. It's kind of like that with Alaric and how he's, you know, cheating death, like Samantha Gilbert. How she cheated death, and then it came back to bit her, really, in terms of this whole possession. It's giving me Lich vibes, the more I'm thinking about it, so... and as someone whose first character was possessed by a Lich, yeah. Fun times! Going back to, you know, D&D and all of that, so... Yeah. Because there was some... Because it's literally like that, where my character did not know. He was blacking out, and then this Lich was in possession at times, where heinous shit would come to the forefront in terms of deaths and all of that. So yeah, hopefully he's not going to be obsessed with it. It's not going to be to the point where he's obsessed with his ring. Like, I don't want to take it off. So, because that is definitely going to bring me back deja vu. So, thinking about this whole situation is just bringing me back trauma. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more trauma to come for Alaric, of course, in terms of what he's going to do next, because... I mean, what the irony is, of course, them letting out the killer. You know, Alaric's cleared and all of that shit, but he's not. Except he is. Except it's not. Yeah, it's not Alaric, but it's his hand that's the driving force. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. Because, yeah. Whew. So yeah, that was a that was a fun revelation, though, because of the fact that I was just wondering, like, obviously when they were discussing about Samantha Gilbert and how she went off the, like, when she was, it was a passing it was not going to be a passing reference. It was a statement that was trying to scream into my eyes, like, this is going to be important dialogue, Liam. So I'm like, so when Elena was like, you know, Samantha Gilbert was just crazy, etc. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping an eye on that. That's suspicious. And then, like, 2 seconds later, of course, there was this whole thing about, you know, how Samantha was involved killing people. You know, did the same shit Alaric's doing in 2012. To what she did in 1912, I guess. And yeah, at first thought I was thinking, unless, you know, thingy's under the guise of Meredith fell. I was just speculating, and then of course it came to the ring subject, and then boom. So, but yeah, I mean, as for Alaric, I do wonder if that was him trying to fight this control when he stabbed himself, I'm guessing. Like, if this was him trying to, if it was either him trying to regain control. I mean, obviously he was in the back seat, but it was either him trying to regain control, and there was like this kind of tug of war thing between him being possessed, this like kind of thing that's possessing the ring or whatever, and him, or he, or the spirit, I guess, or whatever is, you know, making sure, like the dark Alaric, I guess, or whatever is making him go a bit crazy. It wants to cover it, given the fact that 1912, yeah, they want to cover the tracks so more chaos can continue, and thus, you know, Alaric being stabbed kind of be like, well, it can't be Alaric that's killing all of these people, because why would he stab himself? So I don't know, but what I do know is it's going to be very tasty to now find out what the heck, like, it's going to be very interesting. And it's just very sad. It just continues to be a completely depressing season for Alaric because of the fact that I've mentioned, even in the last episode, that this season he has just been having the worst luck. Obviously with him, you know, being taking out commission at the end of the last episode, so he could wind up in the cell, and you know, him being stabbed and all of that with no knowledge as well. And now we've gotten this idea that he's being possessed by something. It's just another situation where Alaric cannot catch a frickin' break. So yeah. And this is probably the biggie because of the fact that there is this, you know, serial killings going around Mystic Falls in 2012, 100 years after what was happening, you know, in a similar situation. And of course, Alaric is responsible, but he has no idea. So, yeah. Oy. And this is going to put a worry on Elena, because obviously she was fighting tooth and nail to assure Alaric's innocence, especially when you consider the fact that she's all alone, you know, with Jeremy. Yeah, but what about, that's another thing, like with the rings, because obviously they were making a mention about the fact that, well, there's only 2 and Jeremy has 1. So what happens if Jeremy keeps is he gonna go insane? So yeah, if we kill him enough times, because that's it though. For you to go off the rails, it's like what Meredith suggested, really. That how many times can you keep dying before this thing takes a hold on you? So so Jeremy has to die a plethora of times before he goes off the rails, I guess. So yeah, but I guess it also makes sense. Like, it might not be a possession of the spirit, for example, but it might be... I'm getting too technical here, which might not apply because, you know, it's a supernatural-based show, so it could be a spirit or whatever. but you know, you go through so much shock, surely, like dying and that. So if you die and die and die again, it's gonna fuck you up, isn't it? To the point where you could black out, and then there's this other side that might come to the forefront. But like I said, that might be too technical, I mean. So, poor Alaric. Poor guy. So, yeah. Because that's it, though. Like, it would... I was thinking something's off here, because it's not like he did this on his own accord. Like, you know what? Bill's pissing me off. He's gotta die. Meredith's guy... He has to die. Or X, should I say. But, yeah. It's just a very, very heartbreaking situation for a guy that's been through... you know, hit after hit after hit this season, so... but yeah, it was a really great episode, though. Like, especially the 1912 flashbacks and how we got introduced to Sage, who kind of had an influence on Damon's attitude. Because that's it, though. When we first saw Damon in 1912, and there was, of course, this more disappointing glare rather than the cocky attitude that he would have with Stefan, I guess, way back in season 1, the first ever episode, of course. He had a, you know, you were wondering, actually, okay, so he's definitely changed, because he has a more disappointing glare, like, oh, hi, what the fuck do you want? I don't want to know you. That kind of attitude. Obviously, not those exact words, but he was not the cocky, arrogant kind of character that we first saw. I mean, he's still cocky and arrogant today, but you get the idea. He was not stern, he didn't have that disappointing glare. He still hated Stefan, of course, but he was not as stern and disappointed as he was in 1912. So, and you bring Sage into the equation. And yet that opens a whole can of worms, because not only did she have a bit of an influence to Damon's mentality in regards to like enjoying the perks of being a vampire, etc., but she also, I guess, kind of indirectly reawoken the Ripper, because it was Damon's hand that, you know, did that. But it was you know, the idea that Sage, you know, kind of, that's the interpretation that I got, is that Sage kind of impacted Damon's mentality, and that led to Damon. Yeah, but of course Damon tried to stop Stefan, and he couldn't, or he didn't want to. Should I say? Because that's it, though. He could have, but yeah, and you're seeing a complete difference right now when he fed on that woman. And Damon did say, okay, that's enough. And I really, really loved the little dynamic there. So, which I'll get onto in a moment. But yeah, it was very... Because you've also got to remember, earlier this season, we saw Stefan, who was completely different in episode 3, I think it was. Yeah. Of this season. We saw him in the 1922 flashbacks, completely different, and you know, I guess this kind of fills in the blanks, really, to why Stefan, who was very self-righteous and all of that, he was, you know, very in terms of the flashbacks, he was very moderated and all of that, and then, you know, we get an idea to why he's not so much that in 1922, with, you know, Damon not willing to save him when he fed on that woman. So yeah. But like I said, there was a bit of an indirectness from Sage, because of the fact that her trying to educate her, I would say, being in a similar path to how Lexi is to Stefan in terms of embracing that humanity. She was teaching Damon to embrace the vampirism, and thus that kind of gave, you know, Damon a bit of an idea of, okay, let's have a bit of a drink, and all of that, and voila. Stefan went a bit too far, Damon didn't stop, and boom. Ripper, I guess 2.0 may have existed then, so if you want to, consider, when Lexi, I think when she first encountered Stefan as Ripper 1.0, because it would be prior to 1912. So yeah. But it was still really, really great to see Damon have a bit of a supportive measure in all of that. Like, he was like so appalled, like, I am trying to actually help you. And yeah, I really, really love the fact that he did have that, like complete difference to what he was in 1912 when he didn't help him then. He in 2012, he's like, if you go too far, I'm just going to pull you back. And I really, really love that he's trying to help him out at the end of the day. So yeah, because in the end, it's all about family. He's the only one there. Kind of similar to the whole Alaric-Elena situation. In terms of family, Alaric's there. And that creates a bit of a heartbreaking element, of course, with the discovery that he is stabbing people and we don't know what to do now. And you pair that to the kind of poignant touch with Damon wanting to be there for Stefan because he's family at the end of the day. And there is that brotherly love. So... yeah. And that's it, though. They do need each other at the end of the day. So it's brilliant. It's amazing stuff. So yeah. But man, I've really loved this episode. So yeah. It was really, really great to, of course, get some answers in regards to the stabbing of what was happening in Mystic Falls in, I guess, the present day, but also to kind of explore the 1912 stuff with Damon and how initially, how he had a bit of a change of character from the beginning of the 1912 flashbacks to the end of those flashbacks, but also in terms of the difference between him not wanting to help his brother to him wanting to help his brother in the present day, and there being that poignant touch there. So yeah, so it was just really, really brilliant stuff. I also don't know if they're trying to ship Matt and Elena this, like, especially with these last few episodes. I mean, there was, of course, that little close moment in the closet area when Meredith was arrived home. And, there was a part of my mind thinking, come on, surely. And, of course, there was that very, very powerful discussion with Matt about, okay, what's the appeal? And all of that. So, but also you just think back to Klaus and how he made a mention about, the best thing for you Salvatore boys to do is to let Elena live a normal, or at least in terms of love as well, have a normal human person like that. Because that's it, though. He was the person that Klaus brought up into question. But, with that in mind and the teasers there have been in the last episode and this episode, I am thinking, are they, trying to potentially pair Matt and Elena again, like how we began, of course, the Vampire Diaries, or at least they broke up then, and yeah, so, but, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see where that goes, because, like I said, there does seem to be that little tease in my mind. There are little crumbs, but yeah, so, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, this was a solid episode. So, where do we go here? From here, Alaric. Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm also really intrigued to see what is going to happen because, yeah. Where, like, that's it though. He could, you know, say, you know what? If I die again, that's it. So keep the ring and all of that. But there's also the deaths on by his hand, because that's it though. It's his hand. It's not like, you know, whatever's in the ring that's changing him. It's not like that leapt out, like the Flash's costume, for example, and decided stab, stab, stab or whatever. It's Alaric's hand, so he could, you know, fess up and all of that. Because even though it wasn't him consciously in the driving seat, it's still his hand, and he can't really have anything to explain in terms of, you know, saving his ass, really, in terms of being from being locked up. So, because it was his hand at the end of the day, but it's also very, very complicated because it wasn't him. So, yeah. But in my mind, they're going to try and stop this from happening in some degree. I don't know. And they might need to confiscate the ring, if that might work. I don't know if it will work, though, because, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.